Our theme today in mass warfare is silently reciting a person's name. Can you guys reconcile recently? Please keep calm, close your eyes for 3 seconds, and rely on your low intuition from the following one. Choose the card from the 3 cards that resonates with you the most. First, let's look at the first set of cards. I don't think you guys are likely to get back together recently, but the words in your heart still have each other. That is, you haven't come out of this relationship, or you still like each other. First, look at the Ace of Cups. I would feel this card. I think the other side still has a lot to say to you. However, in this kind of relationship, you are the one who expresses your emotions more. He should be the one who rarely reveals his inner self. He should rarely communicate with you. Leave Qualcomm, this is a problem in your relationship. She probably has some feelings and opinions. He didn't talk much. He should have a lot to say to you, but he didn't say because of the water element, because of the Holy Grail. Firstly, countercurrent. It actually represents a kind of water element. It's also a kind of communication. If countercurrent appears, you would feel that it is. The current state of you guys is a kind of discussing a state of the clan and then looking at a full hand of war upright. This card is a powerful and dynamic card, but I think in this group of cards, he is under a constraint because here is a state of obstruction and the insurance commissioner is also a card. Actually, it is a very cautious card. Reject an action between you. Well, there's some resistance. The words in my heart actually want to contact the other party and agree, but because of various factors, some restrictions, there are N generations saying that feeling no matter if it's you or him, or if one of you has already taken the initiative, but the other is, she is more reserved with her emotions. His response is quite slow. He is hesitant because he is thinking about a problem in your past relationship. And is it really possible to go on in the future? So he is hesitant. In fact, he has you in his heart, but its explosive power is relatively weak. It is hindered. And finally, look at the arrangement of the Health and Safety Commission. Anyway, if you play cards like this, I would think that your friend really wants to take action and find each other, but it's still a hindered state because of his sword. Because of the sword, this card is actually a very clear one. It is not like the King of Wands bringing your own love to the other's love and then taking action. If shot like this, it appears more emotionless. It's not that he doesn't have you in his heart, you don't have him in your heart. It's not that, but you guys to this relationship. In fact, one party is in a more rational state. I would think your relationship is about reconciling. It also feels like it's superfluous. There may still be problems. They feel that the problems in your relationship and the level of communication is also, I feel like every time there's a bit of a communication breakdown, trust issues or whatever, he also feels they exist and will think that if you two argue, you're always hurting each other. We hurt each other with the most intense words. If you don't care about the other person's feelings, you are more calm when thinking about whether you can reconcile in the future. He doesn't have too many loving feelings to consider about reuniting. In fact, he has you in his heart, but once he faces the question whether you should reunite or not, whether to advance this relationship is a question, he is relatively calm and rational, so I think this set of cards doesn't match the probability in the near future. But on the other hand, I still have you in my heart. The above words are a reading of this set of cards. I hope it can help you. Let's look at Tashi. I would feel that you're in this relationship. Everyone will be more painful because I think the other person really doesn't care. Or I don't know if he is emotionally intelligent because I would feel this deck of cards gives me the feeling. I would think every time you two have a quarrel, he definitely won't be the one who closes the door and throws a tantrum. He definitely won't be the one who knocks on the door, grins, bows his head, and appeases you. I think he will just let you digest on your own and do whatever he needs to do. Whether he plays games or sleeps, he enjoys both. It completely lets you digest it alone. So I would feel that in this version, you should be more aggrieved in this relationship. And besides this problem, there is a big problem with such a card around you in the past. This card, he might not listen to what you say. You should have been on the same frequency when you first started together. I don't know why the development afterwards is all about feeling completely unable to listen to the other person. Look at this man. He sat under a tree, his eyes looking at 3 holy grails. Can he see this holy grail in the air? He can see it, but does he care? He's indifferent to this grail. It's a bit like a word you said to him. He will never listen. He obviously saw it and heard it, but he just perfunctorily said each time, I got it. Okay, that's just how he is. An attitude, including when he himself made a mistake. Every time he says it's my fault and he will change next time, but will he really change next time? I don't think he will. If he doesn't pay a great price, he won't change. If you just talk to him every time, he won't change if you talk to him nicely. He says every time that I will change, but he won't. So you face his attitude. You'll feel like he's really perfunctory. You'll feel very painful and wronged. You'll wonder if this relationship is worth persisting, including this focus point now. You want to end because you feel this relationship is still worth your flow. You still want to reconcile, but you are also struggling whether this relationship has reached a point where you need to let go. Because of this relationship, you don't feel happy, you don't feel joy. Many times you feel pain, but you want to reconcile. So your current status with the rod and standing position war card is very entangled. It's kind of chaotic, because you wonder whether he is worth it or not. When you are in pain every night while he is playing games, he sometimes doesn't even sleep. He insists he's going to sleep, but he's really going to play games. He's thrilled playing games and he sleeps very well. On the other hand, you are indeed suffering. So you are torn, you want to make up but also don't want to. But in the future, this obstacle can actually be overcome. Because a power political commissar appeared in the future, you can look at a woman, she controlled a lion. That is to say, he actually achieved what he wanted, regardless of whether he has a real goal. He's under control anyway. He's got his purpose achieved. So, I think it's possible for you left-wing activists to reconcile in the future. I don't know exactly what happened between you during your struggles and the reconciliation process. Maybe it has changed you. Perhaps he has improved. Maybe he has responded to your initiative to find him. We've made up. I don't know what happened, but the result is good. That's it. This is an interpretation of this set of cards. I hope it can help you. Finally, let's look at the third set of cards. The third set can be combined because the circle appeared at the end. The emergency of the full battle 6 political commissars is indeed that the upper row itself is a combination of 4 and 2 of Lin Shushan. You say it's about triggering a new card again? So it's definitely possible to compound. Let's first take a look at the past full war no upright position. I don't think your breakup was a peaceful one. Even if it was, there must have been a lot of incidents like a dance political commissar before you calmed down. Very chaotic, and then there was a fierce argument. You may not have broken up under that state, but after a while, just happened that you said the words of a breakup criminal is the same. Or maybe you just broke up in a rather chaotic and intense state. And now, if your current situation is on the right track, I think... Actually, I don't know if it's you or the other party. Speaking relatively, it is more rational. It is weighing this kind of emotion. He holds a sword in one hand and a balance in the other hand. It is a very calm and rational state. Let's look at the gains and losses of this past relationship. Whether the future can continue is very, very rational, very calm. It might be this quarrel you had before. That question is indeed impressive, right? Indeed, it made you both realize your own problems, so the state of justice appeared, weighing and reviewing the past. A question for now and the future. And then, as for the result, it's just this card. Don't think it's emotionless. Regarding the 2 cards around him, one is a fire elemental, one is chaos, and the other is full war 6 upright. So under very rational thinking, you might feel that your relationship can actually continue, because once the 6th wand is righted, you'll set off again in a very confident state. If you have precautions against this relationship, it's actually quite... Confidence is the belief that we can keep going well, so I think this set of cards is pretty good. I feel like the cards I've been drawing lately are from the 3rd set. Then the overall situation has no problem, and some trends are not bad either. As for your current situation, it's about 2 people who may both reflect and think about the past, present, and future problems. I have thought about it and I have tried to solve it, so I think this set of cards is very good. The above is an interpretation of these 3 sets of cards. I hope it can help you.